Good morning, vlog people. Just finished up my stealth camp in Alliston with a side cycling trip, Earl Row Provincial Park. I re-looked up at the map, and the map says I missed a huge chunk, which was the main chunk I really wanted to go to, unfortunately. And it was like it goes into a very deep valley and then climbs up another hill and then goes down to another deep valley and then does another crazy climb. It said that it was, if you did the whole route, it was like 430 meters of elevation. And yeah, I'm gonna have to come back and do that. I might bring Paul, because as I'm doing it, the whole time I'm doing it, I'm like, oh, Paul would love this trail. And plus it'd be nice to have an extra set of eyes, because I went off trail. I was pretty much on track, but I think when I was looking at the All Trails app, I guess it comes to an intersection and it's saying Rainbow Trail, you can go left and I think or straight, and I went left. And if I'd gone straight and kept going along that route, but it just wasn't super clear which way you should go, and it is quite a jumble of trails in there. So I ended up back at home base way before I thought I was supposed to be back at home base. And yeah, anyway, one of you guys, which is funny, I went online because like I said, I really wanted to find a clip so I'll be able to clip this to my mountain bike, something that's really strong and sturdy. And if you watched that video I did, my computer actually broke off. I guess the screws or whatever just wiggled free, and then I guess it tipped down. The computer and light fell off, the brand new light that I just got, and I had to backtrack. And luckily I found that was probably, I don't know, $600 I could have just lost instantly because of a faulty gizmo. But I want to get this because you can have All Trails. I bought the All Trails Pro app, and it's about $60 for 3 years. It was 20% off. So $60 for 3 years, that's fantastic. As you guys know, I'm gonna be doing these videos for a while, so that's gonna come in very handy. But the new, I think it's the quad lock, and one of you guys actually said that after I watched a video on the best mountain bike style mounts, and the quad lock was the best. The only problem with the quad lock is this is like a $40 to $50 case. This is the Otter box, and to have, I guess I could flip it every time. I could use this on a normal daily basis. When I go for a cycle, I can take this case off, put the quad one on, because it's got like a special adapter for the back of the case. And everybody who uses this quad lock system loves it because it is super secure. They love the fact that it's a case, which you have to buy anyways. If you're cycling a lot, then you have a case that fits your phone, protects your phone, and then you snap it onto your bike. And there one guy was doing these huge jumps and going over rocks and stuff with this attached to his bike, and it didn't budge. So it's got a special big blue lock, and you twist it off, and you can have it sideways or this way. But what I'm going to have is my All Trails open, and I can just keep glancing down at it, making sure I'm going in the right direction on a trail. It'll also give you alarms saying you are off trail, and keep you on track. And you know, I'm here to make content for you. I don't have time to get lost, although some lost adventures can be a whole lot of fun to videotape. I'm pretty sure you guys would agree to that. Instead of having everything all planned out, you know, that unexpected turn, that bear just around the corner, and you decide to videotape the bear. Anyway, so I had a great time here in Alliston. Again, I'm gonna have to come back, bring Paul on another future adventure. Maybe we'll do a camp there, and then we'll do the bike trail. I was the only one on that trail. Like, wherever like camp spots were and picnic spots were, there were people. but there was no other cyclist on the big trail that I was going on, the 13 kilometer, 400 meter one. All right, so I asked Siri last night, what's the weather going to be like this morning? And it's going to be 1 degree, which it was, which she was right about that, but I asked her about the weather. So she also said that it's going to be cloudy all morning. Guys, I'm not sure if you can see this, but there is like wispy little clouds, like over there, one over there, nothing over there. So the sunrise was perfect. We got a great shot of the sunrise. I'm so glad I wake up no matter what. And try to videotape a sunrise for you guys because it's the money shot. It's a great shot. Always get the money shot. Always get the sunrise. Try to get the sunset if you can. To me, that's the best shot. And getting up, and if it's cloudy and rainy, just go back to bed. All right, let's get going home. Again, I gotta upload all this stuff to the computer, and I'm trying to slow down so this guy can pass me because my lane ends, and then he starts to slow down to let me in, and then I slow down. If I start accelerating, he'd start accelerating. Never mind. Before we go, I forgot to mention the fact that last night I was scouting out a mom and pop breakfast spot. Found the perfect place called Nan's Diner, right on the main street. Beautiful little diner. I wanted to videotape in there so bad, but it's Easter Monday and they're not open, which is totally fine. I get why they're not open. But I had to shoot this today because we're going up to the cottage to celebrate Easter with Carol's family today. So I had to shoot my video last night and this morning. But when I went by there, when I was looking, scouting for my location, when I got out of the car to read to see if they put up a little note saying we won't be open Monday, that's what I was looking for. I could hear a smoke detector just blaring away. And I'm like trying to figure out where it's coming from, looking around for smoke, any signs of fire. Nope, no signs of smoke, no signs of fire. I walk around the side of the building. There was a guy sitting down beside the building with a bicycle, eating or reading or something. Kind of looked at him for a second to see if he was going to do anything about it. No. And two ladies walked past. You had to hear it. It was loud. And nobody's doing anything about it. I'm like, I'm going to phone 911 just to make sure. And the fire department showed up. I guess first maybe the deputy chief or chief showed up in his SUV and told them what I heard. I said, there's no lights on up there. And, you know, I can't just ignore it. And he said, thanks for calling. And so we walked around the building, and then 2 fire trucks showed up, one at the back, one at the front. They had all their gear on, they had all their axes ready to go. And the problem is, just because they hear a smoke detector doesn't mean there's smoke. Where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke detector going off doesn't mean there's a fire. So they have the dilemma of, do they smash somebody's door down just to find out it's a faulty smoke detector or not? I'm going to phone the fire department later on and just ask them, did they find anything? Because they did get in. At one point, I'm standing on the street looking up, and the apartment next to the apartment with the alarm, I saw the woman look out the window because of the freaking, because of the lights, the flashing lights on the fire truck. She looked out, and I'm like, you know, come down because we can't get in. And so she came down and let the firemen up to the apartment. But again, I guess they have their heat gun, and they can sense if there's heat on the other side of a door. And I guess they didn't sense anything, so they all came back down, and they're like scratching their heads, like, what should we do? And so I asked the chief or whoever, I go, I guess you just can't bust a door down. And he's like, yeah. He goes, it's a hard decision, because you don't want to break somebody's door, but you don't want somebody to be dead either. And again, a smoke detector only goes off usually when there's smoke. So I went back. I said, I guess you guys don't need me anymore, and they thanked me, and I appreciate the thanks. And so I got in my van and I went down the street a little bit, turned around and kind of parked on the other side. And maybe about 10 minutes later, I could see flashlights going on inside the apartment. And so I guess they did get in. I think the chief, again, that's the good thing about living in a small town. He's like, I think the owner lives across the street to Nan's, and they might actually own and have, like, they might be the tenants or the landlords to the people upstairs, and they have the key. And I think that's possibly what it was, because while I was sitting there, there was this woman milling about with her hands crossed like this because she was cold. And eventually she walked across the street into the other building. So I think they finally contacted somebody with a key, and they probably gained access just to find out, make sure everything was okay. And I'm hoping everything was okay. But yeah, it was a little excitement. I don't know what else I was going to videotape last night, but that was it. The 911 call to the fire department. Anyway. All right, guys, have a great day. I hope you guys had a great Easter. I had a great time in Alliston, and I'm looking forward to the next stealth camp. I'll probably shoot another one this week. I would like to do 2 a week if I can. And I want to do maybe a 24-hour once a week, and then a stealth, because the stealth are a little bit easier to shoot because they're just mainly the sleepover part. And but we'll work it out. Between me and you and I, will work it out.